You know, for the last year, the skeptics have been loud. They said portable consoles could never be real next gen. They said the Switch 2 third party lineup would be an indie machine at best, and the PS5 and PC will be where the big boys play. Well, as of 9 a.m. this morning, that narrative to me is officially dead. Welcome back to StarflagMedia Gaming. We are fresh off of that February 5th partner showcase, and I'm going to be honest with you, this was not a normal partner direct. This was a statement of power. Nintendo and their partners just lined up hit after hit, proving that the gap between handhelds and home consoles has finally been bridged. We have a massive show to cover. We're talking about the surprise openers like Orbitals that stole my heart, the survival horror shadow drops like Tokyo Scramble, and the absolute technical miracle that is Pragmata. Plus, Bethesda and Microsoft showed up with a trio of games that proves that they are all in on Nintendo Switch too. We are going chronologically through the show because the pacing of this direct tells a story about what this machine can actually do. Let's dive in. The show kicked off with the world premiere Orbitals. Now, usually Nintendo starts these partner showcases with some kind of known quantity, right? But they opened with this stunning retro anime inspired co-op adventure from Shape Farm, and I see why. Visually, this game is popping off of the screen. It looks like a high budget late 80s early 90s OVA anime brought to life. But the real story here is the tech that's behind it. They confirmed that this game runs on a seamless peer-to-peer system Nintendo calls GameShare, allowing instant drop-in and drop-out co-op with zero lag. For a game that relies on split-second puzzle solving and physics, seeing it run this smoothly on handhelds, man, it's a great sign for what the system can actually do with its networking card. This game is launching in summer of 2026, and frankly, it looks like it could be the sleeper hit of the year. And then we pivoted immediately to something darker. Tokyo Scramble. This is launching February 11th. That's literally next week. It's a survival horror game set in this Tokyo underground where you're fighting off these dinosaur hybrid creatures called Xenos. But what impressed me here was the lighting engine, the flashlight physics, the claustrophobic shadows. It's creating real tension. And we usually see these mid-budget horror games struggle on Switch 1, looking muddy or washed out. But on Switch 2, it's crisp. It's doing full HD docked, rock solid. This is the kind of AA game that is going to thrive on this platform. Me, will I play it? Probably not. I am not very good with being scared while I play video games. I get a little too immersed, and frankly, it's just not for me. But I can see how a lot of people out there might really be jumping at the chance to play Tokyo Scramble. After a quick montage of Valheim, which finally has 10-player crossplay, by the way, Square Enix dropped the hammer. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is confirmed for June 3rd, 2026. Now, we knew this was coming, but seeing it running natively is a different beast. The scale of Rebirth is massive. The seamless open world, the flying airships, the density of assets, and the Switch 2 is eating it up. The footage showed zero hitching during the combat transitions. The particle effects on the limit breaks are fully intact. Now, I'm sure Digital Foundry will go pixel counting and say, oh, it's, less resolution here or one shadow's missing here. But Square Enix seems to not be treating this as a downgrade. And this goes for the entire Partner Direct. They are treating this as a core release. If you held off of playing this on the PlayStation 5, you are going to get the full uncompromised experience in the palm of your hands. And June cannot come soon enough. But then we got the flex, the moment where the developers just get to show off. And that developer was Capcom. Capcom gave us a fresh look at Pragmata. And let's be real, Pragmata was marketed as a PlayStation 5 and Series X showcase title. It is built on the most advanced version of the RE engine, using full ray tracing features that usually melt graphics cards. And yet, here it is, running on Switch 2, and it looks incredible. I want to highlight the material rendering. You can see on the astronaut suit the different textures, the fabric, the metal, the glass of the visor reflecting the lunar station. This isn't a baked texture. This is real time lighting interaction. Now, sure, again, if you're like Digital Foundry and you're going to zoom in 400%, you might see some AI upscaling here and there, working its magic on the distant stars, to keep the frame rate high. So by all accounts, it's even in docked mode, it's dipping something into like the high 50s frames when things get chaotic. But other than that, it does run at 60 frames per second. So in motion, this is a visual stunner. The fact that, again, it's on a portable hybrid console device and it's running Pragmata, a game that was delayed 3 times because it was too ambitious for the other consoles. This is ultimate validation of what NVIDIA has put inside of the Switch 2. The demo is live today. Go download it. You need to see this screen to believe it. And finally, to close out the show, Bethesda and Microsoft basically walked on stage and dropped the mic. They gave us 3 back-to-back announcements that fills out your third-party calendar for 2026, and you'd be more than happy to just wait for Nintendo's first parties in between. First, let's talk about my personal pick, Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition. It launches digitally on February 24th, which is right around the corner, and this is the full suite. Nuka World, Far Harbor, everything. And judging by the footage of downtown Boston, the extra RAM in the Switch 2 has finally fixed the crashing issues that plagued when this game came out on Xbox One. This looks stable and dense. And then, the big one for May, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, coming May 12th. Machine Games is bringing their Nazi punching simulator to handhelds, and the texture work is phenomenal. We saw the Vatican, the pyramids, the global illumination lighting. It's doing a lot of heavy lifting here. It makes it look next gen, or current gen, I guess, at this point, right? It's astonishing that we are playing this game on a plane or a bus or a train just months after the Xbox release. But the one more thing that stole the show got to be the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered. Got this game on PC. Can't say how much I love it enough. This is coming later in 2026. We saw the Imperial City, and it has been completely revitalized. It's got new lighting, updated character models. Thank God, by the way. The massive draw distances are here. Oblivion is a CPU-heavy game because of the Radiant AI and the physics, and Switch 2 is handling it without breaking a sweat. For many of us, this was the best Elder Scrolls game, and it has never looked better. So, if you're keeping score at home, we opened with the beautiful style of Orbitals, we saw the technical ceiling shattered by Pragmata, and we closed the biggest Western RPGs of all time running natively on the system. This Direct proves one thing. The Switch tax is gone. We aren't paying for portable versions anymore. We are just playing the games from all consoles on a portable. I want to know which of these was your highlight. I know there were a lot of games that I didn't cover. Maybe it was one of those. Are you grabbing the Pragmata demo today, or is the nostalgia of Oblivion calling your name? Let me know in the comments. As always, I want to thank you guys for being here at StarflagMedia Gaming, and 2026 is looking absolutely ridiculous. I'll see you in the next one.